Alright, today I'm reviewing what I honestly consider to be one of the best mouses I've ever used. It checks every box, premium features, no corners cut, and yet it comes in at a surprisingly affordable price compared to the top tier competition. This is the IPI Float 88. It's a Final Mouse style clone packed with high-end specs. It's got a carbon fiber composite shell, a weight of just 42 grams, true 8K wireless polling, and more. The crazy part is, it only costs $52, and if you use my AliExpress coupon code in the description below, that price drops to under $50. That's absolutely insane given what this mouse offers. Honestly, I think it's hard for mainstream brands to compete with manufacturers selling directly out of Shenzhen these days. This is a top shelf gaming mouse, and if you're currently in the market for one, you should definitely give the Float 88 a serious look. Alright, so inside the box we've got everything we need: the Float 88 mouse itself, an 8K capable wireless dongle, a USB cable, a set of grip tapes, and a pair of replacement skates. The Float feels incredibly lightweight, but also really solid. There's no creaks, there's no flex when you squeeze it. It's just a clean, really solid build. The dongle also stands out with a unique and eye-catching design that shows IPI actually cared about the little things. These little details do stand out to me. Overall, this is a great first impression. Looking at the design, the Float 88 doesn't exactly hide its inspiration. This is clearly a Final Mouse style design. I don't personally own a Final Mouse, but I do have a WL Mouse Beast X Mini, which is in the same category of ultralight mouses, but this one's made from magnesium, so it's a little lighter even, but they're basically in the same class. Comparing the two, the Float 88 and the Beast X Mini share a lot of similarities, but also some key differences. The Beast X Mini is a bit smaller overall. It has a more pronounced rear hump, along with deeper contours on the main buttons. If I can compare it to anything, it kind of has like a race car seat fit. It really hugs your fingers when you grip the mouse. In contrast, the Float has a more uniform shape with a subtler rear hump and less aggressive sculpting along the buttons and sides. In hand, this makes the Float feel a little bit flatter, if that makes sense. Both mouses have hollow shells but take different design approaches. The Float uses a uniform triangular pattern across the body, which gives it a solid cohesive feel in hand. The Beast, on the other hand, uses wider cutouts and longer slits along the side grips. These larger openings actually add to the tactile feel, giving you a bit more grip than the tighter triangles on the Float. They both feel excellent, it just comes down to preference. Personally, I lean toward the Beast X Mini for the added ergonomic detail. One more difference worth mentioning is the scroll wheel. The Beast features a metal scroll wheel which looks and feels premium but can be a bit slick sometimes if your hands are cold. The Float sticks with the more traditional rubber coated wheel. It doesn't look as flashy, but it offers solid grip and it's reliable, and I actually prefer this in day-to-day use. For reference, my hands are on the larger side, about 20.3 centimeters in length, and I use a semi-claw grip where my palm floats off the mouse. This means I can comfortably use most mouse sizes, even the smaller ones, they feel fine. However, for full palm grip users with bigger hands, the Float might feel a bit on the smaller side. The build quality on the Float 88 is genuinely top tier. The carbon fiber composite material gives it an ultralight feel without sacrificing durability. It's incredibly strong. Even when I tried squeezing it, there was barely any flex or creaking. The surface coating feels smooth but has just the right amount of grip. It's not slippery or sticky. One small but thoughtful detail I appreciated was the shape of the side buttons. They have slightly pointed edges instead of the usual rounded design, which actually makes them easier to press and distinguish by feel. It's a subtle touch, but those little things really add up and enhance the overall experience. In terms of weight, it comes in right around 42 grams with the stock skates installed, which feels spot on for an ultralight. The weight distribution feels good. It's slightly rear biased, but it still maintains a balanced and agile feel during fast swipes and flicks. The main clicks use Kale white blade switches. There's a tiny bit of pre and post travel, but overall the clicks feel very light and responsive. The side buttons do have a bit more pre-travel, but like I mentioned earlier, that unique shape makes them satisfying and easy to hit. The scroll wheel is pretty standard, not overly tactile, but it's smooth and light. The middle click feels clean and requires just enough force that you're not likely to hit it by accident during intense gameplay. As for the skates, the stock ones are solid. They have decent glide, decent stopping power. After about a week of use, they've worn in a bit, but they still perform well. That said, if you're picky or want to upgrade, there are third-party replacements available. Powering the sensor is the tried and true PAW3395, which has become the standard for a high performance mouse, unless you're going with something newer like the 3950. No surprises here, it tracks flawlessly, and the 8K wireless dongle works just as advertised. Battery life is pretty solid. It uses a 230 milliamp hour battery. I got around 4 to 5 days of moderate use at 4K polling. This is the web-based configuration software. It's not the flashiest interface in terms of design, but it gets the job done and includes all the key features you'd expect. On the main screen, you can remap each button with a different function. It can be a button, a system command, or a custom macro. If you're going to use a macro, you'll need to create them ahead of time in the macro tab before assigning them. Moving on, you can adjust your polling rate, lift-off distance, and set your DPI levels and presets here. Everything is pretty straightforward and easy to access. The final page shows your battery status, connection type, and gives you access to sleep and debounce time settings. There are also a few additional options like straight line correction, ripple control, and operating mode. Personally, I turn off any kind of mouse smoothing or correction like ripple and straight line assist, since those can interfere with precision and consistency in competitive games. As for the operating modes, there's not much explanation provided, so I'm just going with high speed, I guess. Overall, the software is simple but functional. It covers all the essentials, and having a web-based version is a nice convenience. So is it worth it? At just $50, this might be one of the easiest recommendations I've ever made. The Float 88 delivers all the features you'd expect from a top-tier gaming mouse: ultra lightweight construction using cutting-edge materials, a top-of-the-line sensor, 8K wireless polling, and all without cutting corners. And it comes in at less than half the price of its competitors. That's an absolute no-brainer. If you're in the market for a high-performance ultralight mouse like a Final Mouse or one of the many premium magnesium models available now, do yourself a favor and check out the IPI Float 88 using the link in the video description and use my coupon code to knock the price down below $50, and you can thank me later. Alright, that's going to wrap it up for this one. If you found this video helpful, please drop a like, consider subscribing, and tap the bell so you don't miss any future reviews. It really helps support the channel and lets me keep bringing you content like this. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.